Hello everyone, we are back in the long dark today. I don't recall what day we're on because I know we had such a leisurely start, but we're on day 4, okay. We are on day 4 apparently. Last time we did a little bit of looting from the fishing huts and the little cabins around Mystery Lake. And we've still got a little bit of time left in the day, but my next goal would be to go to the prepper cache and see if there's anything there. So that being said, I think we're just going to kind of just tidy up our inventory a little bit to burn up some time, and then we'll sleep. And we'll worry about going to the cache in the morning because we'll be fully rested then, so we'll be able to climb the rope without any problems. And that's really the last area that I really want to get to before we journey to the hydro dam. So we're going to do that as well. We're just going to kind of get as much stuff from this map or region as we can and kind of be a little bit better prepared if we happen to find a hammer, which I know is possible because I found one on Interloper on this map before. So if it's on Interloper, it can happen on any level. So, but just kind of, I don't know what kind of odds I have on that one. Guess we can kind of tear up a few things as well. So yeah, we're just going to kind of use up some daylight, and then we'll get a good rest, and we'll go to the cache and hopefully see if there's something there or not. And then we'll make our way to the hydro dam. Then we have a few other things to kind of check out for this region, which I really should take a second. I mean, we have got time to actually use up, so we really need to make a note of the caches we have been to, which we've done Mountain Town so far, and that was the food cache, as I call it. Then we'll have Mystery Lake coming up, and then eventually Pleasant Valley. In this instance, that means Black Rock and not Broken Railroad, because there isn't one in Broken Railroad. So let's see, there's 9. So we have Timberwolf Mountain and Ash Canyon. So I'm trying to make sure I remember the rollout when I'm trying to list them off. It's like, okay, yeah, and then Bleak Inlet, Forlorn Muskeg. Okay, let's see, where are we at on that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm forgetting one. Let me think down the list. It's like I have to stop and go, okay, what connects to what? Okay, so we have Ash Canyon, yes. Black Rock, yes. There is 9, isn't there? I mean, because then we'll have the additional ones, the other bunkers for... yeah, I'm overthinking it. See, this is the sort of content I do. Me sitting here confused, trying to make sure I'm counting everything properly. Absolute torture for you all, I imagine. So we have Forlorn Muskeg. There isn't one in Broken Railroad. We've got Mystery Lake, Mountain Town, Bleak Inlet, Ash Canyon. Can I just... Oh, whoops. I was thinking, oh, I'll just look at the map, but I don't think there isn't a map to look at. What am I missing? I mean, I'm thinking I'm missing an entire region. I mean, because Desolation Point doesn't have one. Coastal Highway doesn't have ones. I could have sworn there were 9. Oh, well, anyway. I wanted to fill this out so we have it, because I will forget which ones are what. We're going to need to remember which ones. Oh, Hush River Valley. Sorry, just thought about that. Yep, that is the missing one. The one I don't look forward to doing because Hush River Valley and I never get along. So yeah, that is all those caches, and we need to know which 3 have the stuff in them, because when we do the trader quests, or the quests for the trader, we have to visit each of those for a special cache box that'll be there. We can't get it in advance. It won't activate until we have those quests going, so we're gonna have to go back. But I have a tendency of not remembering because it varies every run in terms of which caches actually have something in them. So at least we have that marked out. I'm not really worried about making a note of the transmitters right now, since I'm not rushing to do those, since we haven't gone to the far territory and picked up the handheld radio yet. I do want to set a few goals for what we're going to do, but I'm not in a hurry to do that officially yet, since at the moment we are just in lots and lots of resource gathering, or really, just mostly just seeing what all we can collect. I'm still not used to things being from worst to best, because for the longest time it was best to worst, and it still messes me up. And I mean it's been months and months of it like that, and I still kind of click the wrong thing most of the time. Anyway, we're gonna kind of rest and be prepared, and I think we'll probably take the river. Oh wait, I was thinking, we're gonna go to the hydro dam. Hey, we got well fed despite my little blunder at the beginning there. Thankfully that happened very early on, so it really didn't hurt much. I mean, I make plenty of mistakes with this. It's just how it is. I am far from a perfect player. But well-fed bonus, that gives us a little bit extra carry weight like we needed, because, I have cheating with them anyway. Let's see. Still not quite daylight yet. Do we have anything we can... No, I think I did. Oh wait, I'm going to go ahead and make little bandages, because I think we only have one. And in case something happens, if I make like a really poor decision and get injured, I want to make sure I have... I don't even know what I'm talking about. We have way more bandages than actually necessary at one point. It's okay. We're over-prepared. At least we do have a bow and 1 functional arrow at the moment. And we have 1 arrowhead to make some, we can make a second arrow if we had the fixins for it, but which we don't. Okay, we're gonna just pass some time, and we really can just sleep a little bit more until we are at 100%. We can get away with going out in the morning because the clothes are actually pretty good. And yeah, I forgot what I was saying. We can get away with that because this is Voyageur, and Voyageur is not as cold. Each difficulty, it gets more and more difficult. There's Melvin. Melvin and I have history. I'm sure that's true for every creature. I mean, before the wildlife update, it was common to end up with one outside of trappers, and that's where he was on my best ever interloper run, which ended up being, I think, 60 days, which for me is a big deal. I know there's people who do thousands, but for me 60 was a big deal because I'm usually not that good. I think it's mostly because you have to craft all your weapons, and I find it like so anxiety pausing in the beginning when you're trying to do something and when you're trying to get somewhere because you have to and you don't have a means to defend yourself, or it's suddenly windy and you can't have a torch. But I mean, that's the whole point. It's supposed to be difficult. I'm just not very good at that. And anyway, I got completely sidetracked. I am sorry about that. It's kind of been a long day already. And the result is me just doing this even though I'm tired, because content, and it's one of those things, the more I do it, I'm hoping the better I get at this in terms of content. And you know, you have to make it to learn it, so here we are. So you're getting this massively overly babbled thing, and I'm still not even talking about what I planned on. Anyway, Melvin the Moose. He and I had a run-in when he used to be at the Trappers thing, and he stomped me twice on Interloper. Because I didn't realize at the time, I was still learning many of the tricks and tips that veteran players know, that if you have a campfire at your back or near you, you can't, you know, they're not going to charge as far, they're going to stop because of the fire. And I didn't know that. So I took him on without that safeguard, and I got him, but it cost me, and there was a lot of healing that had to happen. And, you know, I didn't actually finish that run. I mean, I went 60 days, but I didn't lose it. You know, I didn't succumb to anything. I think I took a break, and then I was like, oh, I really want to do Stalker instead, and I never got back to it. And I find that the difficulty levels, at least for me and how my brain works, is I have to go work my way up. So, you know, I start doing a Voyageur run like this, and then I'll go, okay, I'm ready for Stalker now. And I work to Stalker, and then once I'm comfortable with Stalker again, I can do Interloper. I mean, I've gone and just like gone from Voyageur to Misery, which I'll have to just do that just for everyone's entertainment, because I am so awful at Misery. Which is one of the main reasons also that I'm having the Cougar turned on this run, because in Misery, you can't turn the Cougar off. Interloper, you can turn the Cougar off, but if you're gonna do Misery, you know it's going to activate, and it activates I think on day 6 or 7 possibly. I mean, I have to look at the chart because there's a little bit of leeway, because I'm in 6 days on my best ever Misery run, and I didn't have the Cougar activate. It was one of those things where I was in such a hurry and I would rush to try to get to Hush River Valley to find the hammer so I could have a means of defense in case of the Cougar. And I messed up and didn't make it the journey. But cool, we got that Polaroid. I don't know which one that was. Which one is that? Ah, that's the one tower. Whatever it's called, though. It's not a watchtower. It's anyway. We're going there too. There's one more Polaroid for this map that we have to get. The reason I have my bow out at the moment is I've had, since the wildlife refresh, sometimes there is a wolf that can be in this area. It's really startled me once when I was playing on Pilgrim. Thankfully it was Pilgrim. Non-aggressive wildlife. I just wanted a kind of a chill, like really chill. Pilgrim is my time to listen to an audiobook and kind of just enjoy how beautiful this game is. I mean, I know you can start in the wealth. There's other games that are prettier. But the way this game is designed, it's like classically beautiful. It will be beautiful 10 years from now. It'll still be Okay, this cache is abandoned. You know, this game will still be beautiful in 10 years when things move on because it's so stylized, and I just like to enjoy that fact. But I remember getting startled by a wolf because it was there and one had never been there before. Usually it's completely clear. Once you get up the rope, there's nothing up in this corner, but that hasn't always been the case anymore. Which, I mean, with the fact that wildlife can kind of not always be in their usual places kind of adds, like they've said, I think it's worse when things aren't there than when they are there. Because you're anticipating it otherwise. So yeah, we're gonna pop down this way, and I think this is Dave's oh wait, I'm going this way. I turned around and it's not even that foggy. And I'm still turned around and going the wrong way. Okay, yep. 300 hours really shows, doesn't it? I don't have any problems until I am recording and there are witnesses to me playing this. Kind of risking an ankle injury doing this, but hopefully I can make it. Oh, why did I go this way? Okay. I'm still turned around. How did I even do that? Okay, I've never done that before. Yep. See, I have witnesses. Though I am tempted to actually... Okay, yep, they actually acknowledged me. Okay, I want to take them on anyway. Not because that's a lot of fun, but because I want their pelt. Oh no. That did not work. That did not work the way I was hoping, and they have my only arrow. Okay, what I was attempting to do was to actually get the wolf and then take the wolf's pelt because we need several to make a coat. And I was looking to get ahead on that, and as in my usual amazing fashion, you can see how well that worked out. I'm using the painkillers because it really just doesn't matter. Okay, we need to remember that I have a wolf we're going to have to hunt down later, since I'm doing so great. It's a very impressive play. Now that, let's just go this way and go back the way I meant to and somehow got all turned around. Entertaining play, you know. See, but I guess, you know, I mean, if you're watching, you can go, okay, that wasn't a good idea. You can learn by my mistakes. That's also a way to go about it. Okay, pop over this way. I meant to go over here before. I'm just apparently really discombobulated. Yeah, what I wanted to do originally was go from what you can see and just hop down this hill like I always do to get here. To Dave's quiet clearing because there's usually a corpse or a backpack or something, you know. It's not a lot, but, you know, it adds up. Having all kinds of issues. I'm really annoyed that wolf has the only arrow I had that was... Yeah. Could have sworn I heard something that was weird. Oh yeah, we're just doing great. At least I still have a revolver, so I do still have means to protect myself if need be. I just have to remember I need to find that wolf's corpse. Oh, provided they don't despawn on me. That happens sometimes. They'll despawn, and then you lose your arrow anyway. I'd like you to get my arrow back. So yeah, we are just doing great. Which really, I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, it's not how I would have wanted to do that. That was not my, hope. I didn't aim well enough. And it cost me my arrow. It looks like this is actually threatening to go into a blizzard. I mean, can't quite tell. I mean, it's not like, it doesn't blizzard as often on this map, in this region. Pleasant Valley, it seems like it blizzards every 2 to 3 days, even on Voyageur. I once decided it was a good idea to have my main base there, which, I mean, actually wasn't a bad spot. You just had to kind of dodge the weather. Which we could pop up there and see if there's anything, but I think we'll just keep hearing like an odd creaking sound. And I think it's just me hearing things that I'm just anticipating. Anyway, now that we have done a weird little loop, we're just going to go ahead and start walking to the dam. Still annoyed over that arrow. It's going to annoy me. Day 4, or actually day 5 now. Day 5, lost arrow, still angry. Day 6, still angry. It's okay, even if we don't get it back. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult to get a hammer, because if there isn't one in Forlorn Muskeg, there should be one in Broken Railroad. And if all that fails, there'll be one somewhere else. I mean, there's a guaranteed one in Hushford Valley, which I really try to avoid that for as long as possible, because I'm just not good at it. I've tried on Pilgrim, I've tried like staying there and learning it, just like learning the topography and stuff, and it just doesn't stick. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because it looks real similar, but I mean, there's other players that have learned it, and they're good at it. I'm just, for some reason, I just don't do well with that, which, I mean, we'll get there. We're going to go to every region. We're going to keep going as long as I haven't used up the little cheap death campfires if I have to. I mean, ideally, I'd like to not die at all, because I'm still kind of one of those old school players with it who doesn't use that feature really. I don't hear a wolf sign. Every once in a while you get one over here, and I was just kind of ready in case I needed to worry about it. But the last several times I've been really lucky in just not seeing one. Of course, I say that and it'll be around the corner and, jump scare. Which that shouldn't happen, but you never know. They might have changed something and I just didn't know about it yet. Either way, we're doing it. We're going. Just have to have all these awkward videos. I mean, haven't done this channel that long yet, so still kind of working out the vibe. I need to upgrade my mouse because it's got a really loud click, and I can hear it. I know you all can hear it, and it annoys me that you all can hear it because I don't feel like when you're watching a video you want to hear click, click, click. And it's like I'm annoyed by the possibility that it's annoying someone. And yeah, there's just little things I'm hoping to kind of make better while I make these incredibly oh, okay, it's a rock. I don't know why, but in English it was like a really tiny moose, which shouldn't be possible. But my brain was like, moose. Not a moose. Not a moose at all. So yeah, it's just a start point, and like everything else. And we're just doing the thing. But it'll be worth... Oh, sorry, just a second. I thought I took my finger off the... I didn't turn auto walk on and was like, oh yeah, I can do this, and then I'm trying to grab something else that did not work. Still trying to figure out like the right... I don't know what I'm trying to say, you know. Getting these videos to the point where people actually watch them and like them, and it's a learning process. And I mean, I know I'm fighting with millions of other people for views, and it's, you know, but we all start somewhere, right? I mean, at the very least, I can say I'm trying. May not be perfect. Definitely need to upgrade a few things. But we're, yeah, you know, we're trucking along just like your current survival situation. Kind of risking running into the wolf that's sometimes here, but at the rate I'm going, I'm just going to be reckless about it, and if there's one here, we'll just take it on. Oh, actually, right there he is. Got a visual, so maybe there... Oh, sorry, that startled me. He really saw from a far distance, and I don't even know how that happened. I just didn't expect him to be like, hey, there you are. And he was, so... Well, kind of touched my toes and... Ah, well, you know what? At least he didn't actually do anything. He's not really going to be a problem for us now. So put the gun. Yeah. Gonna have like wounded wolves everywhere. But oh well. So yeah, we're just gonna take just a second and see what's in these trailers. And then we'll head into the dam and see what we can find in there. There should be some good stuff. Just debating on if I want to take the holiday lights that are in there with us or not, which I might. You know, we can have a little extra
I would
decoration.
drink almost anything about now.
Especially if we put it in trappers. They don't have it. There's no extra lights in there, so we may have a fun time doing a little decorating. I mean, since they added the safe house customization, I mean, you might as well have the fun of having a base that's pretty. Which we have to go back to Milton to pick up the teddy bear that I left behind at that one house. I don't know about anybody, the other long-term players, but I had wanted to take that bear out of that house for the actual years. Like, I just wanted to take it with me because it was like, it's just this left behind little toy. And now that's an option. You can actually take them. There's actually a total of 4 teddy bears with the addition of Wheels DLC. I'm kind of curious to see if the final map of the base game adds another bear. You know, that's one of those little unimportant things. It really doesn't change anything if they don't have another teddy bear. It's just one of those things. I like to collect the children's toys in the game. Since I can, you know. It's like if they're going to let me pick this up, I'm taking it. So yeah, that's me. That's what I do. I am a total pack rat, which is probably the main reason why I have to have a carry weight mod, because I just have such a difficult time not picking stuff up, and it's like, how do you move this from here to here when I have, I don't know. I mean, I've played the game vanilla. I played the game vanilla for a very long time, and then I'm like, hey, mods are an option. And since then, it's like I'm spoiled by it, and it probably ruined me on a few regards with some things. But I mean, there's plenty of other ways that this game kind of kicks my butt, so I don't really need to worry about the added difficulty of really worrying about my carry weight, because I will mess up enough things. Guaranteed. This is still early days. We're on day 5, and we're still cruising through the much kinder maps. Once the Cougar's active, once we're going to places like Bleak Inlet or Ash Canyon, then, you know, it's very different. And just before I get this fired up, I'm gonna fuel it. That way it's full. And then we can see. It's middle of the day. I always check because there are areas in here that will spark, and you're at risk for electric shock during an aurora, which I have lost a couple early runs where I started here thinking, oh, this will be fine, and then thought I could walk through it during an aurora, and I'm sure there's a way to do it without getting barbecued, but I got barbecued. And I've been always cautious ever since. Which, I mean, thankfully I only lost a couple hours in terms of how long the run had been on. You know, it's not like it was real-time hours or anything. But I've just learned my lesson with it. We'll see what all we can grab. I'm kind of hoping Vaughn's rifle spawns in the dam instead of in that one cave, but you know, if it's not, we'll have to go get it. It would just kind of save us the hassle of having to do the climb. I don't think I'm not going to pick anything else up in here at the moment. I just wanted to open that up because that takes a minute. And we're going to work our way to the lower dam, and we'll kind of loot in reverse. Picking that up just in case I need it. I mean, I have another one on me, but you never know. Actually, I need to stop just a second and have something to drink. I'm not paying attention to my meters. At least the way I should be. And I don't know, I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to keep walking. No, we need to double check and make sure Vaughn's rifle isn't in this one corner. Because I like to collect all the variants. Like I said, I'm a total item hoarder. And the fact that they've added variants of stuff makes me way too happy. I mean, there's so many, I mean, just in insulated flasks or thermoses, whatever you want to call them. You know, there's so much fun in collecting all those. I love to collect things. And the bonus of this game is you can do it at your own pace, and you don't have to do it, but you can. Which I enjoy a lot. Ooh, combat pants. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna... No, it's not here. I was hoping. Ever hopeful. It's okay, we still have one other spot inside the dam to check, and there's 2 outside. And if there's more than that, I don't know about it. Pretty sure there's only 4 places. Perfectly good wood. Oh, another hatchet, because we don't have enough of them. Loads and loads of hatchets. We don't have to repair a hatchet for a long time. Or we can have a lot of display hatchets, you know, with decorative items. So yeah, we're gonna just probably walk through. Broken arrow. There's 1 and 2. So we have 3 arrowheads now, since we've lost our other arrow. I'm gonna walk all the way through this to see if the rifle is... Whoops, why am I going this way? Is inside the dam before I go and walk all the way to that little cave in, what is it, Winding River? We'll just kind of speed this up a little bit. It's alright to use up some energy. This will probably be here. I always forgot how that was set up. I don't look up as often as one would think. And is it here? No, it's outside. See, I need to stop being so optimistic about it. Now I gotta walk all the way back to get to the exit point. It's alright. We're just kind of glancing at things in advance. We're surveying before we loot. Don't want to use all my energy up just in case we have to deal with a wolf, but just kind of skip through a little bit of that. And we'll just hop over. What did that register? Oh, broken control box. I didn't realize you could actually scrap that. We did at least pick up a knife, so I think, you know, we've got what we need in terms of that at least now, which that knife's always there. I think it's, oh, whoops, what am I doing? Where's over here? I think that knife's always there except on Interloper and Misery. I mean, it should be down there, and there should only be one since this is Voyageur. Yeah, it's over there, and it's hunting rabbits at the moment. Should be able to sneak on past, but I like to be ready just in case the game tries to throw me a curveball, because it's still early on, and anything's possible. A little more ammunition and some water. Not saying no to that. Yeah, just busy. Can just let them enjoy their meal and we will carry on. And the, you know, watch the rifle not be here either. We will get it. It's just whether or not it is here or tucked away in one of the little, I don't know what you call those pipes, metal pipe things. find out. Which doesn't hurt to kind of have a glance in this cave anyway, because sometimes there are a few... Yeah, there it is. Okay, there's usually a few little goodies tucked away here.
We'll take it.
Ooh, full long johns. And we have Vaughn's
What have we
rifle.
here?
Okay, so we're a little bit... I mean, we really didn't need it. It's more like I like to collect things. And I really don't, I mean, in terms of rifles, I really don't have like one that I lean on the most. I mean, I think I tend to use Vaughn's a lot when I start around this area because it's super easy to get to. I mean, because I haven't started in Coastal Highway in quite some time. I don't even know why. I just have it. Because there's Barb's rifle in there, and I mean, I haven't figured out all the places that spawns yet. I mean, I know I could look it up. Somebody's made a note of it somewhere, probably on the wiki. But I just haven't worried about it. Just looking for feathers real quick. I'm not going to interact with it because if you interact with one carcass like that, it starts the decay meter and it'll despawn. If you don't touch it, it'll just stay there indefinitely and kind of operate like a little feather farm. And I'm not I don't need it right now, so I'd rather keep it for feathers. But it's there in case I need a deer hide, or I'm desperate for some food. Or it can just stay there like it is, which is what tends to happen with these higher or these lower difficulties, because there's so much more in food and whatnot. You don't have to worry about it. Usually on Interloper I will use a few, the ones I come across when I can.
I'm gonna sleep right here.
Because it gives you, a deer pelt or several sooner. And I'm less stingy at that point because, sometimes you just need supplies. And it's really good. But at least the clear off. We don't have too much road to travel. Just get back inside the dam and see what else we can find to take with us and start taking everything back to camp office. And there's little few places we need to check out on this map, in this region. But we're getting the bulk of it in here and being prepared. This isn't really, it's not the worst walkway, but I don't really want this to be the one time to fall off of it. It would just be embarrassing because people will see it. And I've made enough mistakes at the moment where I really don't really want that. It's just so small. It's just sometimes you can go like that. There's not much. Never hurts to look because there might be something tucked away. It doesn't look like there's anything too different on location. I mean, we have this back right here, but there's always one around. Yeah, it's always right.
But nobody needs this anymore.
I'm glad I'm marking it because that's just what I need. And we'll head out of here and back into the dam. This way we're not in the dark. Let's see. Those matches must have been underneath the... I was just expecting to just pick up the gloves and move, but there's some matches there. Whoops. Went at the book. When we have the key for this so we can get some more MREs. Loads of food. Kinda want to get so much of this looted. I mean, I know we're out of energy because we've climbed a rope and did a little bit of jogging more than I should have. But we're not going to lose too much in health. And there is a safe places to sleep, so not fussed. Just gonna loot as much as I can. It's a really weird combination, jeans and dog food. So yeah, no, we're doing good. I mean, there's still a few other places I'd like to kind of get to, particularly on the north side of the map, before we head on somewhere else, just because often the Polaroid is on one of these corpses, since there's two, and where that is located is actually where the cougar will be. And if we kind of can get there in it early, before it is there, we can just kind of not be in that area and avoid the cougar here if we don't want anything to do with it. I mean, because the cougar is designed, you can just try to avoid it as much as possible. It's just as someone who likes to explore everything, it can be a little problematic. Which, I mean, that's the point. It's supposed to add some challenge. It's not supposed to be, you know, a fluffy little kitty cat you take pictures with. But, which, I mean, I guess we could try to take a picture with it at some point. Because we have a camera for that. We just have to go get the camera. Which,
This stuff will come in handy.
We'll be going there anyway if we kind of stocks things up and then decide to do the Tales of the Far Territory tale, which at one point will bring us to where the camera is actually, which we don't have to do that to get the camera, but you know, we would be there anyway, so it'd be like, it wouldn't be a wasted journey. Or, you know, doing the journey just once for one thing, we could just kind of loop it. But we really need good clothes for that, because that's in Sundered Pass, and Sundered Pass is very, very cold. It's not a nice place at all. So we definitely want to be as warm as we can, because going through there, I mean, there's timber wolves, there's bear, there's moose. It's not where we have to go. Isn't going to be very safe, and I think the cougar spawns on that map as well. I just don't know where, but I think the cougar is active in that region. So yeah, it's not a safe region just in the weather, let alone when you start adding in the number of wildlife sightings that you can have, which is pretty much all of them. Actually, it is all of them, because there are deer and rabbits and ptarmigan as well. Everybody's on one map. Everybody's in one region. I mean, I've heard plenty of horror stories with it, but I mean, I know when I was first exploring it, I was really curious, and I started on a pilgrim run, just because I'll do that if I want to kind of just look around, because I don't have to worry about defending myself at that point. I'm not risking one of my other runs for curiosity. And I froze to death the first time because it's so cold on Pilgrim. And it was like, wow, this is not a nice map. I can't imagine it on Interloper. And you hear people talking on Interloper going, oh my goodness, this pack of Timberwolves, there's 10 Timberwolves. And it's like, wow. Which, I mean, you know, there's a point that, you know, things should have challenge. You know, it's not like a complete, like, well, Hinterland did too much in terms of making this difficult. No, I mean, things should be different levels of difficulty. You're not required to go there unless you're doing Tales or you want the camera. You can completely avoid that if you don't want to, but I figure as long as I'm making a video series, we're going to do as much as possible. Just for content's sake, and there's so much in this game, I mean, we might as well do as much as we can. I forgot to pick up that candy bar before, all that walking just for a candy bar. Sorry, I just wanted to check because it's getting a little bit dimmer. I just wanted to make sure we weren't in any danger zone. I am really paranoid. Yep, because I got electrocuted right here. Once, many years ago, and I have never forgotten it. It's kind of funny when you played a game for, I don't know, I'm trying to think how long I've been playing this. Almost 5 years now? Close to 5. Maybe 4.5, I'm trying to think what it, because we're in 2025 and I didn't start until the end of 2020. So yeah, I mean, still, 4.5 years. You get a lot of history with a game when you played it so long. And you can see them. They're still learning. I'm still learning about it even now. Which, I mean, you know, like I said, there's other players that are so much better than me at it. But it's nice to have a game that you can play that long and you're still learning tips and tricks and, you know, still finding things you didn't notice or better ways of doing things. And I love that. It's really nice. And we'll have a whole new region whenever episode 5 comes out, which, I mean, I'm expecting that October or November of this year. I mean, I know it's been delayed so many times, but I really respect the fact that Angelin cares more about their employees than they do release dates. And I know not everybody's going to agree with that statement, but I would rather wait for a quality addition to the game than know that it was rushed out and it burned people out in the process. You know, they don't operate like Pixar. And I don't know, I respect it. I will wait happily for this final region. I'm not personally a story mode person. I have tried so many times in the years that I've played this game to do story mode, and it just doesn't click with me. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's a story, you know, there's actually a lot of lore and history that you find out in story mode, which I think is cool. But I can't seem to focus on it. You know, it's like I don't want to stay in this one area and do this, and this. I want to do this and then go get the backpack and then come back here and do this, and this. And I can't do that. It's too structured for me. I don't know why. I mean, there's plenty of other games I've played that have structure. And I like them, but it's just for some reason, this game, I love the freedom of survival mode. Of just being able to do what I'm doing right now. We're going through and collecting what we can. And I can do whatever. I mean, we'll visit every place and see what all can be found, and we're just gonna do everything at our own pace, and we're gonna pick things up trappers. And there's also a sweater, which has got to be somewhere. I haven't found it yet here. Let's see, we have But yeah. Anyway, I know I'm just talking nonsense, but this is what you get when I'm this tired. Which is probably horrifying, but hey, here we are. Still making content, still trying. That's all we can do. Still trying to figure out the right system for all that, but in the meantime, we are here and babbling and just seeing what all we can find. But yeah, maybe someday I will try to use story mode again, because I know there's many people who get so excited for episode 5, the finish of this story, and I can't get into it. I've managed a little bit into episode 2, but I never I think I got the bear spear, but I never actually faced off against the old bear. That's what he's called right there, the bear. I've just never actually done that. Okay, this is getting a little flickery. I don't know why I did that in such a wonky manner, but anyway, got better light again. Trying to keep things nice and visible. So I'm kind of figuring after we get the DM done and we bring all this stuff back to camp office, we'll go to Trappers and kind of briefly use that as a little bit of a base so we can kind of loot and explore the northern part and have a safe place to go to. Which that's going to depend a little bit on whether or not the bear is in the cave by an unnamed pond. And there's also a potential for a moose a little further from that. So it's going to debate on how we handle it. How I go about it. It might be a little bit messier than it should be. But maybe not. I mean, sometimes I can get a little bit chaotic and just decide, oh, screw it, we're going to take this bear down, and I'm not really worried about it. And it's been known to happen. I mean, we do have a rifle, so, I mean, it's not that difficult to really handle it. Rifles make things really more simple. Which, I mean, you can take a bear down with a bow. It's not like you can't do it. I've done it before, but I guess it's less worrisome when you have more firepower. So we'll just kind of see what all we can find. So far, I mean, there's been some good loot here, and some that's kind of meh. But we've been really lucky on other other aspects of what we found so far. I mean, we found a lot of good stuff. Another broken arrow. Okay, I take it back. We're finding quite a lot of broken arrows that we just need. I'm gonna actually take these with us. They're always bugged out like that now, but I actually like the way those posters look when they're on the wall correctly. There's this what I really wanted to be here the whole time. I like the way the posters look when they're normal. They're actually one of those things that I kind of wish they would actually make as merchandise, because I'd love to have them actually on my wall. I think they would be really cool. Like the real deal actually on, a little display area. Who knows, maybe someday they'll get to that. I know they talked about different merchandise getting added. It's just been kind of slow with that. I mean, as is, it took me like, a good 3 years to get a mug. I was very happy when I finally did, though. Okay, so we are going to actually rest right here by the door, because this is a nice safe spot, no electrocution, and we're going to be leaving at the end of this. Yeah, we have 4 broken arrows. Which is really nice. I'm not complaining about that. Eat up some of this not so great food, which reminds me we need to eat these sardines. Sardines are the biggest risk I have ever found for food poisoning. Sometimes it's low, as much as 60%, you could still get food poisoning off them. And since we're going to sleep so long, it's like it doesn't really matter, because we can get food poisoning, take the antibiotics and sleep it off. But so far we're good on that. I'm not having any issues. But I mean, we did. Oh yeah, we forgot about those. Gonna swap those out because those are better. Guess we can swap that too. The combat pants are going to be really useful once they're in better shape. Sorry about that slight cough. I don't know what got to me there, but I was like, of course, and I'm panicking and I can't figure out which button I needed to mute the mic, so apologize for that slight hiccup. I didn't mean it. I just didn't get what I needed. I didn't hit the button I needed to fast enough. We're getting there. Whoop, there's an aurora. I can hear the clicking. Which I think I just slept through it, but it was active. It did activate. Yeah, see, I'm paranoid, but I had reason behind the paranoia. Okay, finish up and have a little bit more to eat. We'll get to 100% rest. It doesn't matter if we sleep a little extra. Which really, I mean, even doing that, it's still very early in the morning. But I'm kind of thinking at the moment that might be actually a good stop point for us. And it's one of the things I will pick it up another day. Thank you for joining me for this, and I will see you in the next one. We take all this stuff back to camp office and carry on. Have a wonderful day.